Smooth sounds, you good? All right. Company, attention. WGO, what's going on? What's going on? How y'all living? It's your boy Sean Wick, aka Bishop, aka the GOAT. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all see that right down there. The GOAT. Y'all, where is it? Right there, right there. The GOAT. That would be me right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a champion. But anywho,
that's why. That's why. That's
why. Am I not? Am I not a multi-champion? I'm like, I got a championship in flag football. Two, as a matter of fact, I got two of those flag football. I mean, I'm the champion in fantasy football. I mean, it never ends. I mean, it's GOAT.
I guess you know what, I'm a person, I love wordplay. So from the point of a wordplay, a wordsmith, wordplay is champion. True enough.
It makes sense, right? If it fits, does it not? Does it not fit the narrative?
That you can say the champion. Eric already. All right, Vikings. We'll see. So
we'll see what y'all do. We'll see what y'all do, Eric. We'll see.
There's a reason for the season for us jumping on this morning, which of course y'all know it's NFL football season time. All football, NCAA. Everyone saying everything's going off, but we got, of course, the slate already started off with two games already for the week. That was a game on Thursday night. Didn't disappoint, I guess you can say, this guy. So you know what? I didn't mess with you during the game.
We got the dub. I don't care. It wasn't a great showing. It was not a great showing for Jalen Hurts. I agree, but Saquon Barkley did. Saquon Barkley showed up. He did do his thing.
So okay, I don't know why it's. I guess San Antonio was having
man.
Issue.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because of all the games. People got a lot going on with the games or whatever, but we haven't. This is the worst it's been.
Spectrum, I've been reading Spectrum, been talking all that mess. I've been seeing all the commercials. Spectrum, y'all need to get y'all stuff together.
No, because it ain't just Spectrum either. Because AT&T, because I got AT&T and they saying going on over here.
It's probably across the board. So, like we were just saying, right? You said Philly wasn't a great showing, of course, which I guess I could agree for. But
I won't say it wasn't Philly. It wasn't great for him. I'm talking about Jalen Hurts wasn't a great showing.
Jalen Hurts wasn't. Okay.
Would you say Saquon did his thing in the defense? They did all right. They wasn't the greatest, but they did all right. They did enough. They made key stops. So I'll give them that. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, what, 2-3 turnovers? Can't have that.
Okay. So in said game in which you're talking about, another situation happened with the quarterback. Jordan Love is going to be out 3 to 4 weeks with is expected to be
major.
So for all the Packers fans that are out there, unfortunately,
fantasy who picked Jordan Love in they draft. Yeah, those who picked Jordan Love in they draft.
But as well as the players that's on his team, probably. But Malik Willis, go out and grab Malik Willis. I'm sure that he's available. In which now you can go and grab him just if you know what I'm saying. I know in some of the leagues I'm part of, there's plenty of starting quarterbacks are available and eligible and stuff like that. So I mean,
let's talk about quarterbacks, Trey. Since you on quarterback, let's talk about Russell Wilson is not playing today.
Well,
Justin Fields gets the start.
we do we thought was going to happen. So let's say this, right? So
Oh wow, we completely lost Trey. Hey, so it is. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. I'll say this, right? He was just talking about Jordan Love being out, getting hurt, injured in that game. That's just something the Eagles do, man. When we come and go against these quarterbacks, man, that's just something we do. We take out some quarterbacks, not meaning in a bad way, but it just happens. You know what I'm saying? Our defense is fierce. However, they did allow too many points, in my opinion, in that game on Thursday, Friday night. We played Friday night on that game on Friday night, but we did walk away with the dub. Jordan Love, for those who know, he's out for the next 4 weeks, I think 4 to 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks at the most, something like that. But what I was speaking on in regards to it was that Justin Fields will get to start over Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson has a nagging injury that he got during the offseason, or during the spring training and all of that, during workouts, calf injury that's going to have him out for game 1 of today against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, we all know when things like this happen, it's a possibility that you may not even be able to return as the starter, depending on how Justin Fields does today. So this is a big game for Justin Fields. They're playing in Atlanta versus Kirk Cousins, who just made it to Atlanta, who got traded to Atlanta during the offseason. Kirk Cousins has a plethora of weapons out there in Atlanta. So this ain't gonna be no skipping the park for Justin Fields. Atlanta's gonna bring that D. They're gonna everybody's heard and has paid attention on what Justin Fields has, what his problems are within the organization and things like that, and what his faults are, as being the quarterback. So it should be a good game. But however, we're here for the picks, man, and I'm about to give you mine. Hopefully Shrey will get back on. He'll give you picks. But let me tell you, we're about, what is it, 2 minutes away? 4 minutes away from countdown, or from kickoff. So with that being said, with the first game starting off 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, Pittsburgh in Atlanta, I'm taking it ATL. I'm taking ATL. Then the second game at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, we have the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray versus the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. I don't know. Kyler Murray did get an addition with a good addition with DeAndre Hopkins coming over to Arizona and stuff like that, things of that nature. But I still got to go with Josh Allen and Buffalo Bills. I think Buffalo is going to be the team to beat out there. I'm taking Buffalo. Then at 12 o'clock, we also got another game. Trey made it back good. We good. I don't know what was going on. Hopefully it's working. It looks like it's working right now. Trey, I've already picked my first 2 games. Pittsburgh.
What you got? You said Pittsburgh and
Atlanta, the 12 o'clock game.
So I already believe that Atlanta is going to be a strong type of team this year.
And we ain't got to rush, because the game's probably it ain't going to exactly start at probably 12 or whatever. But either way, it ain't like nobody going to score right out the gate.
I believe that it's going to be. I'm going with Atlanta in this one. I still yes, Russell Wilson is out, like we was talking about before I dropped off. Justin Fields gets to start, but I don't know how effective Justin Fields will be. But I do think that Atlanta has a better chance at this game than Pittsburgh, with their defense and their addition of players and stuff like that. So I'm going with Pittsburgh in this one. I mean, Atlanta.
Atlanta. I thought I was supposed to say. You said Atlanta. All right. Yeah. And then I've already picked the Arizona and Buffalo game, which again is also at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Who you got? Kyler Murray versus Josh Allen.
I'm going with Josh Allen. I have always been big on Josh Allen throughout the years. I think he has been a quarterback that has had the ability. He has exceptional abilities. And just, I don't know, for whatever reason, he keeps faltering. So in this game, of course, with versus Arizona, it's a rival to the 49ers. So, of course, I would enjoy seeing them lose. So I'm going with Team Allen in this one, although it still has some things to be seen.
Okay, so me and him are square on. We both agree on the first two games. Game 3, Tennessee versus Chicago. So where everybody's in hoopla about Chicago because of Caleb Williams. Of course, he's a former USC as well as a former Oklahoma quarterback. So we both have something in this one. With Tennessee visiting Chicago. Now everybody's high on Caleb because everybody know he's a Heisman Trophy winner and he was the first overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft back in April time frame or whatever. So with that being said, I'm gonna let you pick first because I've already picked first for the other two games. This game is at 12 o'clock. You got Tennessee visiting Caleb Williams out there in the Windy City, Chicago. Who you got, Trey?
I'm going with the monsters of the Midway, that being the Chicago Bears. I just still don't believe in Will Levis. We've had conversations. I have conversations with CC before. And I'm just not a big Will Levis fan currently. And although they did add Ridley, they have Hopkins, they have Tajay, they have a dual-headed monster, I guess you could say, from the backfield when you take and consider Tajay Spears as well as Pollard. I just think that Chicago has a few more weapons and are going to be a little more effective than what Will Levis is compared to what we've seen in the preseason.
And that's and it's crazy because I know y'all have heard me talk about it. And Trey, I know he's probably gonna say something about this, but I'm not a big fan of Caleb Williams. I feel like he's overrated. I feel like he's not gonna do a whole lot within the league. I feel like he's no different than Justin Fields because, in my personal opinion, I feel like Justin Fields is more of an athletic quarterback than Caleb Williams. However, they have said Caleb Williams is a better and a more efficient passer and more accurate passer than Justin. So, but even with that being said, I'm still going to go with Chicago. Tennessee, like he said, Will Levis, I don't think he's that dude. And then again, Tennessee lost Derrick Henry, which was that was major. Derrick Henry's out there in Baltimore. So we don't know what their running game is going to look like or anything like that. So with that being said, I got to go with the Chicago Bears. They got a great color coordination over there with that navy blue and orange. So, it feels good to even go for that team because that's our colors in the frat. So, you know what, sorrow if I rep it one time. But either way, I'm taking Chicago. Next, our fourth 12 o'clock Central Standard Time game is the New England Patriot versus that bad man out there, used to be out there from LSU, who is currently down in the Cincinnati Bengals. They call that man Joe Burrow. So with that being said, y'all, with Joe Burrow, I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm taking Cincinnati. Joe Mixon is no longer in Cincinnati, which is kind of surprising me. I didn't see Cincinnati letting Joe Mixon go, but he is gone. However, we do know what the things are going on in regards to Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase has yet to sign his contract. He has yet to restructure his contract and see what's going on with his contract, which we got to talk about some other things, Trey, because some big things happened within the last few hours of this morning. So we definitely got to get to that when we get to that game. But either way, I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals. We talked about Jamar Chase. He's looking for the big contract. He's all the other wide receivers have gotten paid. He's the last one on. He's the last of the Mohicans, Trey, to get paid. We're looking at one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, sir. But I got Cincinnati and Joe Burrow in this game. Talk to me.
So far we clicking on all cylinders. Tap in on the same wavelength. I would say, like, usually I would go on and say that there is definitely a difference, a problem, because we haven't seen Joe Burrow since last year. We know the injury, and then of course now he's coming back. We don't know Jamar Chase is not likely to play due to the holdout. I don't understand I understand the holdouts, but I don't get the holdouts, especially when you have 2 years on your contract still remaining. But in any case, that's what he's doing. Is to quote Bobby Brown, is his prerogative. And so he could go on and do what he wants to do, lives his life. But you know what I'm saying, when we look at it, the only reason I'm not even wavering on picking the Bengals is because more so we don't know what New England is coming with. Like Jacoby Brissett, I did predict that Jacoby Brissett will be the starter at the beginning of the season, but we don't know what to expect from head coach Jared Mayo, as well
First
as
year.
the
Yeah,
core
first year
year.
coaching. Yeah.
We don't know. You know, what I'm saying they're without their top receiver last year in Jason and Bourne, who was pretty effective, but he's not there. He's out. I think additional for the first 4 games of the season. So it's easy to say that Cincinnati is my pick for this one. Easy.
Okay. Cincinnati. So we like Trey said, we hitting on all cylinders, man. Right now, we hitting on all cylinders. So with that being said, going over to the next game, the next 12 o'clock game is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Miami Dolphins. Now, this is some things going on in Miami, guys. This is, as you can see, we're about to get our first kickoff right here with Minnesota versus the Tennessee Titans. Or no, the Giants. The Giants. We ain't picked that team yet. And Atlanta and Pittsburgh has kicked off. So just wanted to let y'all know so y'all can see the very first kickoff. But back to the game, back to picks. We have the Miami Dolphins versus the where'd it go? Oh, Miami Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we had an incident this morning, Trey. I don't know if you heard him. I'm sure you have because you follow football just as much as I have. But we had an incident this morning with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was had a traffic violation, which caused the police to pull him over and put him in handcuffs. They handcuffed Tyreek Hill. We don't know all the disclosure or all what's in to intel in regards to the situation. They gave us very slight details on the Tyreek situation. However, he did state he is going to play. A lot of people wondering, is that going to affect what happened to him this morning? What the heck are the Giants wearing? I know they got some Michigan stuff on, man. Yeah, you see that, Trey?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, let me show y'all, man, what the Giants is doing right now, bro. Let me show y'all
what's going on, Nate.
What up? What are y'all doing, man? We trying to bring. I want y'all to see these Giants uniform. They feeling some type of way with this Michigan stuff. Look at this. That's ugly. I don't know. What are y'all thoughts? That's ugly. That is so ugly. That is an ugly uniform, y'all. That is a real ugly uniform, bro. That's a loss. It's ugly. Look at it. They got the little Michigan thing. Look, that's ugly. That's so ugly. Anywho, I'm gonna exit that. But anyway, so we know what the Tyreek thing. So he said it's not going to affect his game. But he plans on playing. He has said he's going to play today. And playing Jacksonville. We know we talking about sunshine in playing over there in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this game, I really believe in what's his name? The quarterback for Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence. I really believe him. I think he's going to be something. I just feel like he's still trying to figure it out. And I know y'all saying, well, he's been in the league for a bit. He ain't figured it out yet. I got y'all, but I just feel like something's going to happen. I don't know. Miami has the ball. Miami has the ball first. I'm going to pick Miami over Jacksonville. Who you got, Trey?
Is it say what again?
And it's in Miami, right? It's in Miami. They play in Miami, right?
Miami.
Yeah.
It's in Miami. So you know what? I have been a somewhat cheerleader for Tua Tagovailoa over the course of the years. He's been waiting as a breakout or waiting for a breakout in which we have seen him get better over the years. Of course, we've seen the pieces in which we have heard and seen that supposedly McDaniels has came and changed the whole culture in or around the Miami, the team aspect compared to what it was when Brian Flores was there. So it for the most part, they're a different type of team. And so we're going to get a chance. Miami in this one as well.
Okay. So we hitting on all cylinders on that. Just to give y'all an update for those that may not be able to watch right now, the New York Giants went 4-out. They just punted off to Minnesota. Minnesota's about to come out for the first time on their offense. And right now, what's his name? Kirk Cousins is they got a first down and they're steady driving. So next game, we're gonna move on over to the next game that's at 12 o'clock is the Houston Texans And y'all already know C.J. Stroud, that man that showed his behind last season, versus guess who though?
He's back.
Anthony Richardson, who's that part. What my compadre said.
He's
Anthony
back.
Richardson. That's the Lamar Jackson 2.0 type guy right there. Just saying, this is a hard pick. So I'm gonna let Trey take this one first. Trey, Houston, Indianapolis, who you got?
So I would like, again, it comes down, what we're coming down to is the gameplay, right? So these teams, I think the NFL did a magnificent job in matching some of the scheduling this year. It's like you just can't come out and expect this is what it's going to be, because it's just not going to happen. They made the beginning of the week 1 games as much as they could make them hard. In this game in Houston and Indianapolis, what you have is two of the last
We still having a technical difficulties. If I don't know if y'all can still hear Trey or not, but yeah, we still having technical difficulties. But hopefully y'all can still hear Trey. Trey again. Oh, is he back? Hold on, is he back? He might be back. He might be back. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and pick. Yeah, we lost Trey again. Oh, we keep losing Trey back and forth, back and forth. I don't know. Trey, I don't know. Did you? I don't know what was said. I didn't hear anything in what you said. I heard that you said well, but who did you pick?
The Houston Texans.
Okay. And I'm going with Trey right now. We hitting on all cylinders again. Oh, and we have a turnover. It looks like we have a turnover in the Minnesota New York Giants game. The Minnesota Vikings have turned the ball over, and the Giants have recovered. The Minnesota Vikings.
The New Orleans Saints just scored versus the Carolina Panthers as well.
Okay, bet. Here's the we have a turnover right now. Let me see if I can get it for y'all real quick. There's the turnover, if y'all can see it. And he did well. He got it like at the very last minute, last second before it rolled out of bounds. The Giants have got the ball, and I think they're in the red zone of the Minnesota Vikings right now. I think that was a turnover in the red zone, very close to the red zone. I didn't get to see exactly where it was, but I do know that it was a turnover, and there it is right now. But moving on. So I think right now, me and Trey, we hitting on all cylinders, man. We hitting on all cylinders. Yeah, it's on the 20-yard line of the Minnesota Vikings, so it was in their red zone. So we both hitting on all cylinders. We picked that game. So next we have, was that we got one more 12 o'clock game, which is the game in which Trey just spoke about. I don't think it'd be any bias, despite the fact of what he just said in regards to New Orleans scoring right now. But Carolina Panthers are visiting New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Carolina Panthers, we already know, is what's his name?
Derek Carr.
Carolina's quarterback.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. Everybody know about what Bryce Young did last season. He wasn't looking the best. What a lot of people expected Bryce Young to be out in Carolina, and then like he just said, we got Derek Carr in New Orleans, his second season in New Orleans. So we just gonna see what's gonna go on with these New Orleans Saints. I'm picking the Saints. I was already picking the Saints despite the fact that they just scored. I was already picking the Saints in this game. I got the Saints over Carolina at home. It's going to be hard for Carolina to get a win in New Orleans, in my opinion. Who you got, Trey?
At this point, is a ditto with the conversation. Keep the party going. It's just that, if my opinion, that Carolina wasn't ready. We still haven't seen what they have yet. We know they brought in Deontay Johnson as a receiver. They still had Adam Thielen. They drafted Leggett. So we still have more to see in what's going to go on in Carolina. They try to bring in a couple of pieces around. They got a new head coach in Carolina, so there's just a lot there to kind of unpackage to see. However, in New Orleans, although they have some of the similar situations going on, they have a good running quarterback. All right quarterback, in my opinion, Derek Carr. They have Olave that's there, Shaheen. You still got Alvin Kamara, who is not too far from removing being one of the most productive running backs in the NFL, behind Christian McCaffrey. So in this case, I'm gonna go with them. Know your baby. We'll go ahead and keep it going with the
you know how they say it out there, to know your baby, as you say. And my apologies. There is one other game we have not spoke about, which is the last 12 o'clock. This is the last 12 o'clock game, which I just showed you a preview of Minnesota turning the ball over to the Giants in their red zone, and the score is still 0-0. But the Giants are now 3rd and goal, and they're still, I think they're still on the 20-yard line. I don't even know. Oh no, they moved up a little bit. It's 3rd and goal, so they did get a first down because it was Oh, it's 1st and goal because of the penalty. My bad. 1st and goal because of the penalty. So with that being said, Minnesota Vikings. We already know there's no longer a Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, because we just talked about Kirk Cousins is in Atlanta, and then of course the New York Giants. We already know who what they got going on. Brian Daboll, his 3rd season as the Giants head coach. So we just see what they have. We got to see what they have to offer. They no longer have Saquon Barkley. We know where Saquon at right there with these boys right here, my boys. So we know Saquon is out of there now. So we don't know what their running game is like. And with that being said, I have to go with the Minnesota Vikings. I gotta go, even though no Kirk Cousins isn't there anymore. I still feel like Minnesota still has, that bad man in Justin Jefferson. And so I'm going with Minnesota. Trey, who you got?
So in this situation, for me, is legitly, honestly, a best of the worst situation in this case. Although Sam Darnold is a USC quarterback, I love my Trojans. However, we have to take in consideration what has happened over the course of his career.
That's the quarterback for the Vikings, right?
So with that being said, we don't know. I used to be kind of big on Jeff. I used to be Daniel Jones's a Daniel Jones fan to a degree, thinking that he had just been a person who has not had the opportunity to kind of like really showcase and put together something for the team, in which that is starting to waver a little bit. In any case, Minnesota is the team in which I'm choosing in this one. So as some of those fans out there would say, "Go Vikes!" Shout out Eric and MA.
Okay. So right now, me and Trey, we hitting on the same things right now. With y'all just seen Daniel Jones just tried to, he was a skip of a foot away from breaking that tackle and making it into the end zone. It looks like they're probably going to go for a field goal because that was 3rd and goal right there. So they're just, I'm pretty sure, they are going for a field goal to go up 3-0. And so that's that. So that was all of the early games that we have went on. And the Vikings did make it the field goal, 23-yard attempt. It was good. The Vikings. Giants are up 3-0. Now, upcoming late games. Atlanta is up 3-0 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers, first time Justin Fields is on the field, about to do his thing, y'all. All right, late games. Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders. Elizabeth, I see you. Go Seahawks. I feel you. We ain't got to them yet. We about to get to them. Our first late game is at 3:05 Central Standard Time. Las Vegas Raiders versus those LA Chargers with a new head coach, which y'all may be familiar with. His name is Harbaugh, who was the Michigan head coach, who are national champions from last year. His brother is the coach over at Baltimore, who played on Thursday night. So, with that being said, Trey, this is your area because this is Los Angeles, and both of them used to be in Cali, but one of them is in Vegas now. So I'm gonna let you go first, man. You got Vegas, or do you got Los Angeles?
I think this is one of the harder games looking at, like choosing off of what you have not seen from a performance standpoint. The Los Angeles Chargers are, I have been another quarterback. I've been high on Justin Herbert. However, Justin Herbert is void of real weapons, in my opinion, from first look on paper. He has players, they're all professionals because they're playing on the team with him. But how effective are they going to be? Said these said professionals. On the other side of it, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. Gardner Minshew, who I think could get the job done, but will he be able to get it done?
Backup quarterback. He was our former backup.
But he does have Jacoby Myers, who has turned this game around since going in Los Angeles. He does have Devontae Adams. He does have, surprisingly, I don't see what's the big hoopla on it, but I'm going to have to see Zamir White, running back.
Mm-hmm.
And then a defense with Crosby. So
they lost Josh Jacobs.
It's kind of hard, but I'm just from the aspect of a they're playing in Los Angeles. But I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one. I'm
Okay.
going with Las Vegas.
Minshew and them. Okay. So me, Justin Herbert, I think he's a good quarterback. He just haven't gotten over the hump. The Raiders, they without Josh Jacobs. No, Josh Jacobs is no longer in LA. He's been moved around. He's elsewhere. Green Bay now. So, and he's playing well. He had a great game on Friday night. I ain't gonna lie, Josh Jacobs. I don't know why. And then of course, like he said, they got Vegas has Minshew when they had Carr 2 seasons ago. So Minshew is under the center. I'm sorry, as quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. Los Angeles, like I said, Herbert. We know about his receiving core out there that Justin Herbert has. I got to go with the Chargers. Harbaugh. We know what Harbaugh was. He was formerly a San Francisco 49er back in the Kaepernick days and things like that. Then he went over to Michigan. He finally made it back into the NFL. This is where me and Trey gonna go opposite. I'm taking the Chargers. I'm looking at the Chargers to get a win. They're playing at home. I'm going with Justin Herbert, Harbaugh, and the Chargers to get the dub. To get the dub. Justin Fields, he's up here running the ball for Pittsburgh right now. Just got him a first down. So either way, it's still 3-0 Atlanta in that game. And Minnesota still has the ball, first down. They just got kicked off too. Justin Jefferson is in the game, and we'll keep it on moving. Now, next 3 o'clock game is the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos without Russell Wilson. But they picked up that quarterback, Bo Nix. Bo Nix was a Heisman candidate. Bo Nix versus the Seattle Seahawks without a Russell Wilson. That's crazy. Both teams had Russell. And they're facing each other today. So Bo Nix versus what's his is he starting? Geno. Oh, it's Geno. Geno
Smith is the starter.
Geno Smith. Okay, Geno Smith is going to be the starter. The 12th man. That 12th man. It's hard to play in Seattle with that 12th man. And Geno Smith did pretty well, man. When Russell went down for a little bit, Geno did do pretty well. So I'm going to go with that blue and green. Even though I kind of want to go with Bo Nix and them Denver Broncos, but I think I'm going to go with Seattle. I'm going to take Seattle because they playing in the home. That 12th man is no joke. I'm taking Seattle. What you got? Who you got, Trey? Denver or Seattle?
So this is one of those situations in where we definitely looking at something. So for me to sit up and say I'm going with Seattle is blasphemous. That's like being a Crip saying that I love Pyru Love. It was a good song. So you know what I'm saying? So it comes out to this type of situation. But in all actuality, you have the Seattle Seahawks who have Geno Smith, who is in my opinion, an underrated quarterback that, you know, saying he shows up here and there. He did show up, which got him a deal. Now he has to show up again and produce. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be any better or worse, but I do think that Geno Smith is going to be able to produce more to put him into where they're going to outshine Bo Nix in his debut, and we're going. But so it might be a little presumptuous to say that this game is going to show if Bo Nix is ready for those big likes, but in any case, I think Seattle is going to be able to get the dub. So I'm going with Seattle as well.
Okay. That's what I like. That's what I like to hear. So with that being said, this is a big one. It's 3:25 game, Central Standard Time, big game, and not only because it's a big game, but because it's been a lot of stuff going on in regards to this team. We know they had 3 people that needed to be signed for this team, which was Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Parsons. We all know all the stuff in which they talked about Michael Parsons. I mean, not CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. Everybody knows what the deal was going on with Dak Prescott, and everybody knows what the deal in regards to Michael Parsons. Dallas was playing at 3:25 against Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns. And y'all know who that quarterback is over there in Cleveland, which he has to prove himself. He hasn't been the quarterback he was when he was in Houston. So to come over here to Cleveland, he has still a lot to prove. But let's talk about it real quick. The breaking news: the Dallas Cowboys have reached an agreement with quarterback Dak Prescott on a 4-year, you hear me, 4-year contract for $240 million extension. 4-year, $240 million extension. I'm trying to find. Yeah, 50 highest paid NFL quarterback in history, in the history of the game. And Pittsburgh tied the game up. It's 3-3 with the field goal. So there you have it with that. We already know CeeDee Lamb got his paycheck. We already know what happened with CeeDee Lamb. He got his paycheck. Only person left is Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons is the only guy left to get his paycheck. Now, with that being said, $240 million to Dak.
With 31 guaranteed.
31 million. Okay, I was trying to find out exactly how much it was. I didn't want to quote it wrong. So he got $31 million guaranteed. Is he worth $240 million? That's yet to be determined. Yet to be determined.
So now, fumble. Arizona gets the ball. Fumble on 30. So what what we don't want to ever do is count another individual's pockets, saying he is or isn't saying worth whatever, because I hate to be on here and say and have an announcement saying that we're getting paid $100 million for doing the podcast, and people are podcasting about us saying or they deserve of that $100 million for that. Yeah. So, but say.
I don't know, man. It looks like it's Trey stuff is acting up again. Either way though, we're gonna keep it going. I haven't picked yet. Oh, he got it. No, yeah, he got it. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones. Wait a minute, Aaron Jones is in. The Minnesota Vikings have scored. Aaron Jones with a 3-yard TD run in. As you can see, Minnesota is up 7-3 in New York, Minnesota. I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys, man. I don't know what Trey said. I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, I'm going with the Cowboys.
I'm going with the Cowboys. They've got a lot of people paid now, so they either got to shit or get off the pot. And I just think Dallas is gonna make it happen out there in Cleveland. So he picked Dallas as well. Now we got Washington, the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels. Did he drop the bomb on him already? Ooh, boy, I know that's a good game. I'm gonna have to watch that game because I know that's a good game right there, boy. Two high powered quarterbacks. I know that's a good game. So Washington and Commanders, what we know is Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels. He's that man. I think people are sleeping on Jaden Daniels. They've been talking highly of this man. Not a whole lot. He kind of somewhat been under the radar, but Jaden Daniels out in Washington, I think he's going to be the sleeper for everybody. I think he's going to be the C.J. Stroud of this season, in my opinion. Versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay versus Baker Mayfield and things of that nature. They're playing Tampa. This is a hard one for me. This is a hard one because Tampa Bay, they definitely took out my Eagles last year in a conference game for the playoffs. Yeah, I'm feeling some type of way about that one. But Washington Commanders, like I said, I'm high on Jaden Daniels, but they lost Johan Dotson over to who? The Eagles again, Johan Dotson. Now that means who does Jaden Daniels really have to throw the ball to outside of McLaurin? That's the question. With that being said, I'm taking Tampa Bay. I'm going with Baker Mayfield, Tampa Bay, in Tampa Bay. Who you got, Trey? Talk to me.
I think I will keep the safe bet and go with Tampa Bay as well, when you take in consideration that they do have a consistent receiving core, let alone the consistent the consistency um of
oh my God, he's picked off. Kirk Cousins just got picked off by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
so you do have the consistency in I can't think of his head. I keep losing it. Oh my God, I can't think of the wide receiver in Tampa. But in any case, I'm going with Tampa, in which I think they're going to be until we can see what Washington is giving. Then I think the safe bet is going to go with the experience and high side of Tampa, who was last year's NFC North champions, defending champions. And as we say, until the season's over, they're the defending champions, or until they've been knocked off that perch, they're the defending champions. So we don't want to leave it disrespectful. I'm going with Tampa as well.
Okay,
but I'm keeping an eye on Washington. Washington,
yeah, me too. Me too. I am. I'm definitely keeping an eye on Washington.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. Thank you. That's him. Mike Evans. That's him. Mike Evans. That's all Tampa Bay got. Well, that's not all Tampa Bay got, but he's that number one. He's definitely a number one.
Hall of Fame.
For sure, without question. Next, we got at the 7 p.m. game. Now we at the later games. A big game, another big game, like Trey talked about. Another big game.
The other day.
This might be one of the best games of the day. We got them again, Los Angeles team, Los Angeles Rams. We already know Jared Goff, bad man. He has one Super Bowl ring. Jared Goff versus.
Oh, no, Matthew Stafford has a Super Bowl. Jared Goff just has a Super Bowl appearance.
You're right. Super Bowl appearance. My bad. My correction. Jared Goff, Detroit Lions. We all know about them Detroit Lions last year. They got a two-headed monsters in that backfield with Jahmyr Gibbs and
David Montgomery.
We already know what they bring to the table. Matthew Stafford. We already know what they got. Come on. This is going to be one of the, like Trey said, one of the games, if not the game of the week, in my opinion. A lot of people may say some other games, but I'm gonna keep it 100. This game right here at 7:00. That's why I said 7:00. They knew what games to put at prime time, and that was one of them. That was definitely one of them. So with that being said, this is the last game of the evening. Trey, I'm gonna let it go to you again. You got the Los Angeles Rams versus Detroit Lions. Who you got?
This is a tough one because I have a affinity love for Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. There's probably I was looking at Randy Moss. The GOAT himself said this morning that this is probably the most dangerous duo in the receiving core in the NFL right now. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. But then you got
didn't the Rams just sign a major contract with their DB?
Not the Rams. Which one? No, who do it? The Miami Dolphins did. They just signed the contract with Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, okay, that's right. I'm thinking Ramsey still
was there, but he's
that's right. He gone.
He's the highest paid cornerback in NFL history. So
right.
A lot of money out there. But and then again, this is another one of those situations. Like the Rams are the potential
favorites.
Hurdle in the that where people are saying that the Rams are going to win the NFC West and San Francisco is going to be a wild card, which I'm not too up against. But in any case, it's definitely different. It's a different look. Detroit showed their mocks and showed their moxie last year in going to the NFC Championship game. Actually had the 49ers on the rope and they could have just delivered the knockout blow. But of course, we know, especially being service members, resiliency is key. San Francisco stayed resilient and they were able to make the walk it back down and get back into the Super Bowl again. But in any case, Detroit comes back. They are a year more experienced with that core, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, as you were saying. I don't know if that's going to be a benefit or a detriment after a year and knowing what they can do. Now knowing what they can do, is it going to be beneficial to the organization or a detriment because now it's not a surprise? But in any case, Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Fame quarterback in my opinion, and he has weapons in that case. Nothing against Jared Goff. Detroit was my sleeper last year. I don't know if I can call them a sleeper this year, but it might go to the Rams, I think, as far as sleepers. So my pick this week goes to the Los Angeles Rams.
Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All the things key point of that Trey made. You can't knock because everything in which you talking about Nakua, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, all of these things are
Williams
key
was
points.
effective last year.
Yes, that part. It's just a lot of things in which he has mentioned play key factors, and it makes this why this makes this game a key game and probably one of the best matchups this week, if not the best matchup of tonight's late game on prime time at 7:20 p.m. Central Standard Time. With that being said, big stop for Atlanta. Still second down and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But with that being said, I like both quarterbacks. I like Jared Goff. I like Matthew Stafford. Both of them, I think, are top.
Aaron Donald ain't there no more either. I forgot.
Aaron Donald is gone. That is key. That's major. Keep that in mind. Yes, that is you right. Oh, that's a key. That's a key departure with Aaron Donald retiring from LA. So with that being said, Matthew Stafford, I'm sure, is feeling way more comfortable that Aaron Donald is not across from him trying to get at his throat. So with that being said, I'm going for Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. They're playing in Detroit. They're playing into the Motown City. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with Detroit. I think Matthew Stafford going to come out. I think it's going to be a great game. Jared Goff. God, why I keep saying Matthew Stafford? Jared Goff. I think it's going to be a great game between the two. I do think Detroit is going to come out. It's going to be something. I think it's going to be something similar to the games that we saw between on Thursday and Friday between the Baltimore Ravens and Kansas City and the Philadelphia Eagles and Green Bay. They started the first week out perfect. I know all of us picked Baltimore in that game, I believe, on Thursday night, and we all came up short. That made us 0-1. Y'all know I picked Philly for the game on Friday, so I'm 1-1. I don't know who Trey chose for Friday's game. I picked my Philadelphia Eagles, of course. So I'm 1-1 currently coming into Sundays. Okay, so we were all 1-1, but slightly. I think Trey and I both have two games that Lions about to run for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Really, Nathan? We know you're a Lions fan, sir. We know that, but you're. I mean, don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong, because Jahmyr Gibbs and they were top-notch running backs. That's a tandem that that a lot of teams don't want to see. I totally agree with you. However, I don't know about 300 yards and 4 touchdowns because that LA Rams, even though Aaron Donald is not there, that's still a high-powered defense, in my opinion. So I am taking Detroit, though. I'm going with the Detroit Lions to get that win. Now, we do have one game left, and that game is on Monday night, which is going to be another primetime game once again because we got that bad man in Aaron Rodgers coming back. Game 1. Hasn't seen no playing time in almost a year. Last time he played was this time last year, very first game of the season. He got 2 plays in, I think, 2-3 plays in, and
the Patriots are up on the Cincinnati Bengals early in the second quarter. It's score 7-0 with a yard touchdown from Ramondre Stevens.
Okay. We will give you the score. We will give you our predictions on Monday night's game on Monday night because I want to wait for Monday night because I want to see, what's going on with the rest of these games. So with that being said, man, there you have it. Me and Trey, I think we got 3 games that are different outside of, or is it 2? Is it 2? 2 or 3?
I think
it's 2.
Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles, and I think that was it.
Yeah, Los Angeles, Detroit, and Vegas. Yeah, because you picked Vegas, right? And I picked the Chargers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all the games we got. Just 2 games.
Oh no, touchdown.
Who
is that?
Who scored?
Foster Moreau for New Orleans. New Orleans up 16-0 in the first half. In the first quarter.
17-0 now because they scored the extra point. So it's already 17-0. Oh, Carolina, which we picked New Orleans. I just don't see. I don't see
who that nation is playing.
They doing their thing. Carr. That's Carr out there. That's Derek Carr. Derek Carr out there doing his thing, yo. That's Derek Carr. So with that being said, man, please let us know what you think about our picks. How you feel sitting there looking good, looking bad against the run because the Lions stole Reader off that D line. Oh, we'll see. Oh, you saying are they playing right now? Oh, he's saying right now because they are playing right now. New England. Because New England up 7-0. And Jacksonville is up on Miami 7-0. Indianapolis is 6. Indianapolis up on Houston 7-6. Tennessee is up on Chicago 7-0.
Works 7.
Yep. Those are all the scores right now, yo. That's where we at right now, man. So we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to continue to tune in, man. Hopefully we won't have these type of technical difficulties next week or Monday. Should I say tomorrow? Hopefully we won't have these type of technical difficulties tomorrow for the Monday night game between the Jets and the 49ers. Like I said, you will get our picks for next week or for Monday tomorrow for that game. So hopefully we won't have these same type of technical difficulties or whatnot. Don't know what's going on with all of that. We haven't had this much of interruption through a podcast since we've been doing this. So with that being said, man, Trey, all right, man.
We up out of here, y'all. Enjoy the rest of it. Be sure, keep an eye on y'all fantasy players.
That part.
Peace. See y'all Monday.
All right, man. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.